In the small, sun-baked town of Bethsaida, whispers of Jesus of Nazareth's miracles had spread like wildfire. The townspeople spoke of his wisdom, his compassion, and the incredible healings he performed. Among those in the town was a man named Levi, a humble carpenter whose hands were calloused from years of labor. Levi had a daughter named Miriam, a lively girl with sparkling eyes and an infectious laugh. But Miriam had been struck by a mysterious illness that left her paralyzed. Her once vibrant spirit was now confined to a straw mat in their modest home. Levi's heart ached as he watched his daughter struggle, her joy dimmed by the weight of her affliction. One day, as the sun dipped low on the horizon, a friend burst into Levi's workshop. "Levi, Jesus is here," he exclaimed. "He has come to Bethsaida. Perhaps he can heal Miriam." Hope flickered in Levi's heart. He had heard of Jesus' miracles, of how he had given sight to the blind and made the lame walk. Gathering his courage, Levi lifted Miriam into his arms and set out toward the place where the crowd had gathered around Jesus. As they approached, the air was thick with anticipation. Levi gently pushed through the throng, his heart pounding. There, amidst the people, stood Jesus, his presence radiating a sense of peace and compassion. Master Levi called out, his voice trembling with emotion, "Please heal my daughter. She has been paralyzed for months. Please, I beg you." Jesus turned his gaze upon Levi, his eyes filled with understanding and love. He stepped forward, the crowd parting to let him through, and knelt beside Miriam. With a gentle smile, he spoke softly, "Do not be afraid. Only believe." Jesus then placed his hands upon Miriam's shoulders, his touch warm and reassuring. "Feel my hands upon you," he whispered, "and let the healing power of God flow through you." Miriam's eyes widened as she felt a warmth spread from Jesus' hands, coursing through her body like a river of light. She took a deep breath, and to her astonishment, she felt strength returning to her limbs. Slowly, tentatively, she moved her fingers, then her arms, and finally she pushed herself up to a sitting position. The crowd gasped in awe as Miriam stood up, her legs steady beneath her. Tears streamed down Levi's face as he embraced his daughter, her laughter once again ringing out, filled with the joy of life. "Thank you, Master," Levi choked out, his voice thick with gratitude. "Thank you for giving my daughter back to me." Jesus smiled, his eyes shining with compassion. "It is your faith that has made her whole," he said gently. "Go in peace, and let the light of God's love guide you always." As Jesus moved on to continue his ministry, the people of Bethsaida marveled at the miracle they had witnessed. Levi and Miriam returned home, their hearts overflowing with gratitude and faith. From that day forward, they shared their story with everyone they met, a testament to the power of faith and the miraculous touch of Jesus. And in the quiet moments when Miriam closed her eyes, she could still feel the warmth of Jesus' hands upon her, a reminder of the day her life was forever changed by his healing grace.